What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Texas to Tennessee and the
Country versus metal.
Boy, that was professional right there. Yeah, this is a special edition. We've kind of talked about doing this before, but we actually have a chance to do a podcast together down at Mile Zero Fest. My first time being here. I think Patrick's
This is my second time.
Second time, yeah. And today we have our guest, King Margo.
Hey.
Rachel and Luciana. Thanks. I've been talking, we've talked about doing this, I think, last year at Edie.
Yeah.
Unofficial Edie. Non-Edie Fest.
Already.
It's not Edie Fest.
No.
So, dang it, Adam.
We're like 30 seconds in.
I know.
We swore we wouldn't say it.
It's all right.
Way down
Yeah.
weekend.
Way down weekend, yeah. We talked about that last year and this year, but that's that's like a family reunion for you guys, so it's hard to get everybody pinned down. So
Yeah.
but anyway, thanks for taking the time to come on.
Oh, well, thank you for having us. We've been wanting to do this.
Is this y'all's first trip down here?
It's our second year. It's our
Mile Zero.
Yeah, it's our first year officially having a King Margo set, which is cool. We were
Okay.
backing Jason last year, and it was our first time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I guess kind of, and you did Steamboat too, which we
And that was
throw
our
that in
first
there.
year.
I haven't done that one yet. I don't think Patrick yet neither.
No.
Y'all have it?
No.
No, it like
Yeah.
sells out in like 15 seconds.
Oh my
I can imagine. Yeah. It's so much more concentrated than this one, which is what Jason was kind of telling us for a few years. He's trying to describe the two festivals, and it makes sense. It's more centrally located in like a hotel, but I'm sure it would sell out faster.
I
They
got
take
you.
over like the entire Steamboat
It's cool.
Resort. And like a lot of the shows are actually curated at the main hotel.
Yeah.
So it's a very short commute.
Yeah.
What? Just as a guess, like how many people would you say are there, like audience wise? Do you kind of have somewhat of an idea? Just ballpark,
that's
I've
hard to
never,
know.
I have no idea.
I don't either, really.
North of 5,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would think.
But I couldn't tell you. Made it to the giant.
I know. It's hard to tell the outdoor ones too, because you're also just like at a resort. So there's
Right.
just people skiing and snowboarding, and they can walk by like the main outdoor stage. So it's hard to tell who's just like watching and
Right.
who chose to be there all week.
Well, so we promoted Mile Zero, Steamboat, and the festival that we can't say, but it's Jason Edie's way down in Mississippi.
He who shall not be named
yeah, exactly.
festival.
So Patrick, you gonna go with something?
One thing about Steamboat, like being an artist, like playing outside in the cold, like my hands don't work in the cold. They absolutely, I can't move them. As that would be my thing.
I don't see how they even drink beer.
that part's easy. That you
I
just
think
need a
that
frozen
helps
grip. You're all right.
Just the drinking.
Yeah.
But to be fair, there were really only what, 2 outdoor stations.
Yeah, they were not.
Indoor,
Yeah.
So it's not as bad.
We do
Gotcha.
have experience with that because we were doing, especially during COVID when the world shut down, we kind of escaped up to Vermont and played outside, which was great because they employed us and it was like our only income at the time. But we were doing it like deep into wasn't quite winter yet, but like October, November, and it gets
Right, yeah.
cold up there. And we were just like, it is hard. It's
Yeah.
genuinely hard. You can't do like finger picking, I realized,
that's
which is bad for playing dobro because that's all it is.
We got a lot of really cool gloves though that were like you can take the cap off.
the
just have
fingerless,
digital
yeah.
photos, yeah.
I have a whole like box at home of fingerless gloves that I never use now. Weird byproduct of COVID.
But uniquely qualified to play in the cold.
Yeah, so we're ready, Steamboat,
Yeah,
main
we're ready.
stage. Some year.
How did that happen? As far as what you were talking about, going as far as the Vermont thing, what was that? Is that?
Why Vermont?
You're the
Great
origin
question.
story, truly.
Well, just as far as during COVID and that whole situation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, so I used to play with a musician buddy of mine named Seth Clear, and he's based out of Western Massachusetts. And so I was flying to New England back and forth a ton back in 2018. So much so that Southwest congratulated me on flying to Boston like 18 times that year. And, I was like, this is crazy. And I was getting sick all the time because that. And we were kind of kicking around the idea of just like buying a property And rather than try to buy in Nashville where we live, we're like, what if we just like got a place in Vermont, kind of sort of near where Seth is, and then it'd be a crash pad up there. And it quickly went from like an impossible dream to buying something way too expensive to getting just one little condo, like a 1-bedroom thing, which at the time we could afford. Now we can't.
No,
Everything's
this
crazy
was
expensive.
right before COVID.
Yeah, so we bought a place up there back in 2019, and we ended up pulling the trigger, and then it happened to be just at a ski resort, super
We could
convenient.
Airbnb it out. And
Yeah,
it was awesome.
yeah. So that just kind of like we immersed ourselves into this ski town. It's called Killington, and we're quickly taken in by the music
Yeah.
community. And then before we knew it, they invited us to come and play at these spots in town. And the rest is history. We just kind of keep going back ever since.
Yeah, we still go like twice a year. We ended up selling the condo that we had and just go back and stay with friends. And it's such a unique place. It's so well. It also was the only place open because she had shows with Seth, and we were like young as a band. We were kind of just getting started. And so Seth was very kind in letting us open for him. And he was like, come on, like spread your little wings. You can try. And we were like, okay. So I started going up for a couple of trips, and we wanted to snowboard so bad, and nothing was open because it's the East Coast. So like it takes them a while to get their season going. And this was November, but Killington they call it the Beast of the East. So it's like the biggest resort in the East Coast. And they were the only place open. And we went up to get our rocks off and slide down a few mountains, and we completely fell in love, and it changed our lives.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really cool spot.
Yeah, I've been up there. I'm from the Northeast,
Okay.
and I never
Delaware.
saw any bands. I was like, what? There's a music scene up there?
Really?
I've only been once. It was getting up there was a trip.
haul.
Yeah. Well, it's in the middle of the state. There's like, it takes an hour off any highway, no matter what.
Yeah, that was my first experience at like a mountain because I'd
Yeah.
always gone to the Poconos, and people were like, you have no idea. And you still have no idea. So you go out to like the Rockies, and you still have no idea until you go, up to Alaska. But
Yeah.
man, it was an experience. It was.
Was it snowing?
Yeah, it was, and I was younger, and yeah, I was like drinking the entire way. I had like a Burger King crown on, and
That's the Killington spirit, man.
and I thought it was like I thought I was doing everybody a solid. I bought everybody shots of Jaeger. That's how young I was when I thought drinking Jaeger was cool.
Yeah.
And then like they're all like, dude, we're snowboarding all day. We're not starting our day all drinking. This is dangerous. And I was young and poor at the time, so I was like,
Oh yeah.
I was just like tumbleweed down the mountain. It was an experience.
In our experience, everyone starts drinking early in the morning
Yeah,
and
that's what I
still goes
thought,
out
you
and
know?
snowboards and
Yeah.
skis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Off the record, of course.
Any kind of vacation, right?
Yeah.
Vacations are like, that's when it's okay to pop one at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and it's
bring the
cold
night
and-
back in the morning. Just hit the reset.
Well, I wouldn't have had I learned how to snowboard later in life too, and I wouldn't have had the nerve to do it without some liquid courage when I was first starting.
There's a lot going on.
It helps.
There's a plank attached to you.
Yeah. Nothing about it is intuitive until you start doing it more and more, and you're just like, why am I doing this? And then 3 shots later, you're like, this is the best time of my life.
I was trying to think as you were talking about all that stuff. I was trying to pick up a good thing that you said to have a segue to Nashville, and I think that right there, that
Drinking?
Why am I doing this?
Oh.
It's the best time of my life.
I was like
That's
drinking heavily.
That's the. So I guess how did y'all get to Nashville? Why? I know a lot of everybody kind of has a preconceived notion of everybody goes to Nashville to do this one thing, but we've talked to a lot of people that one of the last guys we talked to went there for a different job as an engineer and then picked up music. And I'm like, well,
wow.
I did not expect that one, but
That's cool. Yeah.
yeah.
You went there first.
I did. I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio. And I kind of did everything I could do with music in town there. There is a great music community and a lot of places to play. So it was a good spot to kind of cut my teeth at before, realizing I wanted more, especially work with like songwriting and songwriters and collaborating and stuff. So I moved down back in 2014.
In the 10-year town,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. But I mean, I've been gone so much of that
Yeah.
chunk of time, just being on the road and you know, traveling back and forth from home for vacations and stuff and going to go see family and whatnot. But
Probably lived there like 4 years.
I
Total.
know. It'd be a hard number to really hit like
I
that. How
know.
long have you actually? But yeah, I haven't had a Toledo address in 12 years. That's the number. But yeah, I had a touring gig kind of already lined up at the time when I made the move, so it kind of made that transition a little bit easier. I was kind of prepared to like have to get like a barista job or something to make ends meet, but it all kind of like organically worked out, and slowly started to immerse myself into the music community. And a couple of years of being there, a mutual friend of ours actually, who is a drummer, reached out about having me fill in for a project he was involved with, and that's actually how we met.
Yeah.
Because he had also brought her in as a keys
Yep. Yeah.
player.
Yeah. So I had just left. I was living in LA for a few years, about 5 years. And then I'd moved to New York City for a job. It was like a temporary summer songwriting teaching job. And I was like just in that sweet spot of like, oh, thank God, a tour, because I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And I love Nashville, and I visited there a lot and like worked out of there off and on. But I don't know why it took me so long to move there, because I love it, and it's like the perfect place. So I'm pushing 10 years. I'll hit 10 years this year. And I still love it. I still love it just as much as I did when I first moved there. And I don't know, I'm glad I lived in the other places to kind of have something to compare it to, you know, a huge city, and there is a music industry in both of those cities, but it's so different. And like Nashville just felt immediately so easy and comfortable, and everybody was friendly and they want to jam, and like, you know, like nobody would ever pull out a guitar at like a Los Angeles party, like ever. I don't think we ever had a jam. You know, you're in a room full of musicians and
Nobody.
all people just talk about music. And that's just like doesn't happen in this world in Nashville, and like this scene. Like I'm so grateful to have gotten pulled in more and more, because like we both love doing the side guy thing and backing up other people, and that's kind of how we've grown this community and gotten to know everybody. And I don't know, Nashville's just still a great place to do that. Just a bunch of like-minded crazy people that want to play guitar.
It's really, it's a lot easier to find that type of community that kind of everybody gravitates to that place.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was missing when I was back home. While there is a thriving music community, it's a little bit more cover scene centric than it is songwriting. And I was really, really jonesing for that like creative feeling that I felt more like when I was in college. Honestly, there was just a little bit more openness to growth and doing more and collaborations and all that stuff. And I love that about being in school. And the first time I'd visited Nashville was the first time I felt that feeling really since college. And yeah, I've been chasing it ever since.
I know.
honestly.
It makes perfect sense, because I've still had that thought. I'm like, it literally feels like a town of like, it's like a music school town,
Yeah.
which is so cool.
And everybody does so many different things.
Yeah.
We're all pulled together by like the same general thing, but I
Yeah.
don't know, everybody's coming at it from their
Yeah. 100%. Still there. Ain't leaving yet.
own angle.
Yeah, it's incredible. I've been to Nashville just off of Broadway, and like I just remember we walked in this place, and it was like every fight scene in every music video. That's what it looked like. And the one guy, he wouldn't go in there by himself because he was like, "Yo, this looks like a rough place." Because we were asked, my band was down there, and they said, "Hey, we want to check out these guys and check them out." And we're like, "Okay, we're expecting full on country honky tonk," and
Yeah.
and these guys, they were just dressed like you would never think they were musicians. And the guy introduced, he said, "If you ever been to PF Chang's, you'll recognize us." And it was like the weirdest intro, but these guys crushed it. It was like one of the best shows I've ever seen. It was like the singer was amazing, and it was awesome. And it was because the guy was like, yeah, it ain't all about country down here in Nashville. And
Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
true. It's real. Do you know where you were in town?
man, no,
It
I
sounds
wish
like
I could remember.
East Nashville, like some dive bar in East Nashville or something.
It man, I don't know if it was the venue. It looked so rough, and it was like a bar. I
probably
remember
think
our
of my
bass
name.
player. He's a little. He's like a blonde. He just does moments where he's like, check out how real this wolf looks, and it's an actual alive dog. And it just, I'm like, dude, it was like, I don't know if it was like the doorman.
What?
Yeah, the one guy, like he was a prior like outlaw MC guy, and he's like, I ain't
Wow.
walking in there by myself. I'm like, it was a wild venue.
I have some thoughts on where it could be, but I'm not gonna say it. I have guesses.
I have-
I'm gonna go with it.
I think
this was a
I think
long
everywhere
time
that
ago.
I went, last time I've been was gone now.
Well,
You know what I
there's
mean?
that.
Like, not that I love those places. It was just where we happened to stumble in at those trips.
Yeah.
Because one of them was one of the few rock bars on Broad or off of Broadway. I don't remember they had cheap, alcohol, so we went there.
Yeah.
But they had a 3-piece like punk band that played Wagon Wheel, which I love.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they kept yelling for country music, so he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah.
and kicked into it, which I was like, okay,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, but and that was, I think there's more rock music played down there now than it was at that point in time. But
Yeah.
but either way, well,
Yeah.
we had in the notes to talk about East Nashville, and I know that is something that
I knew we'd get
y'all
there
y'all can
naturally.
y'all can relate to. But to us outsiders, what is it about East Nashville that?
You're asking interesting people. about
I
that,
know.
because we don't live in East.
We're
Nashville.
West
Oh, okay.
Siders.
We live on the west
Okay.
side, and it's terrible. Don't go
Screw,
there.
and what I meant to say
Yeah,
was
I
screw
hate it.
East Nashville. How is West
No,
Nashville?
we
That's right.
do spend a lot of time in East Nashville,
Yeah.
but we chose to live where the trees and the hills are. It's West Nashville's. I was gonna say it's lovely. She's right. It's terrible. Don't move there. Don't come. Move to East.
So expensive. I don't even know how we.
Honestly, it's the same thing. I think there's just such a sense of community there, and it's more walkable than our side of town. So I do think
Okay.
that makes a big difference. It feels a bit more like neighborhoody, and you can just kind of stumble around and run into people you know. It's honestly, it's like being here. It's like being at a festival when you just kind of run into. I mean, we went out. She played a show on her birthday with a friend of ours back in November. And like, I went to the show, ran into people that we knew, of course, at the show, just hanging out. And then we were like, well, let's go get a taco after the show. And this was all in East. And it was just this like, we went to go get a taco at a taco truck, already had a gaggle of people that we kind of collected from the night. And then just like ran into someone that we'd done a show with a year ago who doesn't even live in
I
town.
know.
He was just in town for like a night. And like his band was there. And like we knew members of his band because we'd been in a van with them and another project that we'd all been in. And like, that's what's cool about East Nashville to me is like, no part of me thought we were going to run into all of those people. And it was just a random Friday night in November. You're like, I've been in a van with you. I've got too drunk with you. Like, that's just what it is. You can walk around and really feel like you know people there. It's even in a big city. I'm so pro Nashville. I sound like a Chamber of Commerce.
I mean, all cities have their quirks. I mean, everybody tends to complain about traffic when it comes to Nashville, but I'll still take it
Yeah,
Right.
over
100%.
driving
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just want to drive south of Atlanta.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of places you can get to pretty easily. By
100%.
comparison to all these other places, where we're at, we can get just about anywhere in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I don't complain about the things.
It's that, and that's what I mean about like, I'm glad I've lived in other cities
Yeah.
before moving there because comparatively, yes, if I had nothing to compare it to, I'm sure I would complain about it being a giant city, but it's you get a lot of the trappings of a big city that are really great resource wise. I mean, there's always something to do. There's always some show that you want to go. There's always 100 shows you want to go see on any given night.
That's what I'm
yeah,
jealous of.
Yeah, like we're in the same neighborhood pretty much in West Nashville, and like we can get to almost any venue in town within 15 minutes, maybe 20 if it's way far away. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's not something that I take for granted. I still don't take it for granted. I kind of thought it would wear off after a certain amount of time, and
the
it
hard
really
part
hasn't.
was FOMO, feeling like
Yeah.
you're always missing something, because there really is something great to go see, multiple things to go see every night of the week. You have to be good at being like, I'll probably see them when I'm on tour.
Yeah, that is the only bummer too of like being on the road so much is like it definitely hit a period of like never going out in Nashville. And that like there were a couple years where I was like, why do I even live here? Like I'm not doing anything. The only way I'd do something or we would do something is if we had friends or family in town. We had to like show them around because it just got you were so road weary and I was like, I just want to see the inside of my house. Like I don't want to go do anything. But luckily that's kind of worn off. We're back at it.
So I'm guessing as far as the networking and picking up the gigs and finding I mean, I'm sure that probably happened right away when you were moving into town, or was that a process to make that happen?
I mean, it's a
Did you already know
process.
people when you moved to town? No?
I didn't. I knew one guy from Toledo who played drums.
That was all.
That's kind of it for me. And there's another dude I went to college with. I was kind of working with a little bit. He was kind of getting their footing in his own original project too, which it's hard to do your own thing. But
As I say, a lot of the people I knew that.
How do you make
Gone.
that first step though? You know, you just we just awkwardly go.
honestly,
Hi, I play
it's going
all
to,
kinds of instruments.
to writers.
How may I help
round,
you?
Yes.
Like networking with people and just meeting people that are like trying to figure it out for the first time.
The same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's kind of how you prime the pump, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about Nashville is there's writers rounds
Yeah.
everywhere. I mean, it's not a money making event by any means. You're
Yeah.
not making anything doing that stuff. But the people that you meet, you just kind of eventually kind of make your way towards creating a community.
Absolutely.
You're creative and broke too.
100%.
Yeah.
We should be friends.
We work at the same restaurants and write songs. Yeah, 100%.
Well, it probably does break down a wall. I mean, you already got something in common because you're going through it, right?
Yeah.
yeah. You don't have to explain your life to anyone.
Yeah.
That is what's cool about it too. Is like you go to a million cities and you're like, what do you do? Well, I'm a musician. They go, yeah, but like, what do you do? You don't have to
Nashville's
have
the one
that
place they
conversation
don't say that.
there.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh yeah, me too. Or it's just like, a known entity as a career there, which is cool. But yeah, the writers round community is, I love that is an timeless, undying art of that town for people to find each other.
Yeah, that's cool that those are still thriving and going so
Absolutely.
strong.
Yeah.
We hear that gets brought up quite a bit, which is cool.
Yeah. But funnily enough, we have also like really met a lot of people that we're currently working with. They're all based out of Texas. We're like slowly working our way into the Texas scene somehow, which is amazing because we love it down there. But we met them pretty much all through Gabe Lee, who we tour with a bunch. And he's a Nashville native, so that one worked out.
Well, we definitely want to bring that up, but I feel like we should ask how y'all started playing together first before we get
Two of us?
get the other guys involved.
For sure. I mean, well, we met through that one project back in 2016 for a drummer mutual friend, and we got it was a lot of cars in this tour situation, and Luch at the time had this giant champagne colored Chevy Express that was kind of like the gear van. It only had 2 seats in it, so the band just kind of decided that she and I would ride together to all the gigs. So we had
Hours.
so many hours,
Many
with a
hours.
stranger in the car with each other, and we covered everything. And before we knew it, we were totally on the same page conversationally and just philosophically and musically, and conversations were just riveting. And I don't even remember the drives. I remember the
Yeah,
conversation.
me too.
And when we got together outside of doing the tour thing and we're just like jamming and playing, when we sang together for the first time, I remember it to this day.
Me too.
We're at my apartment. I don't remember what we sang. I feel like we did like Summer of the Rainbow or something.
Probably. I don't
And
remember either.
I just remember hearing our voices blend for the first time and was like, oh, this is like a whole thing that I've never felt. And like, I don't know, it was just magic that first time we played.
I felt
And
the
then-
same way.
You know, we didn't really know what we were going to do with that, but we knew that it felt good and it sounded good. And it, you know, it takes.
What we did was play a lot of really bad gigs
We
for a
did.
while. We way overshot what we were capable of at first.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. Though.
But it was so fun.
Yeah. Well, my dad is a musician. I used to play with him a ton in Toledo. And so, honestly, we kind of got our start playing together when we go back to our hometown. So we'd play in Toledo bars and kind of just do like cover gigs and stuff to kind of get our bearings on how to play with each other. And then eventually original songs just kind of started creeping into the framework of what we would do.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yep.
we still do cover stuff.
Yep.
In addition to doing original music. Yeah.
I actually love that. It is the same thing. We've just refined it over the last decade. It's in a better place now, but the core of it's still the same.
Yeah.
I know it's been it's fun to think, like look back retrospectively. No one ever asked us these questions.
And,
So.
and you also both said, at the same time. At the
Well,
same
we
time.
have one brain cell left between the two of us at this point, so
Well,
you'll get a lot of that.
I'm right there with you
Harmony,
today.
though. That's brain cell moves like this. It's not like this.
You got one? Or you?
Yeah, with your songwriting process. Now, a lot of people will say they're good first verse, good second verse, and everybody I've talked about with your music, a lot of people always say that your choruses are very catchy and are a really good hook. Do you guys have a focus on that, or like a formula, or is it just
No,
happens
not really.
organically?
That's actually really kind. No, because I feel like for a long time I was so like I love words. I'm such a lyric based person. I love to read and novels and all that. And like I feel like for so long I was one of those like don't bore us, get to the chorus. I was the I'm boring you kind of writer. But I don't know. I mean we both listen obsessively to music. I think that's kind of crept in eventually over the years. I mean, the more you do it, the more you just kind of settle into like, I think when you first, I'm speaking for other people, at least when I first started writing, I kind of had this like, I gotta say something in a way that no one else has ever said it, you know, and you think that's like, I have to do that because everyone said everything. So if I'm gonna say something, I better be really creative about it. And there's an element of that that's like it's great to like have a turn of phrase that surprises people, but you really don't have to like reinvent the wheel as a songwriter. And it's funny that the longer I do this, the more I realize like simplifying it is a much more genuine way to connect with people and get your point across. So yeah, I think it's just kind of come naturally. Plus thinking about how we're going to sing harmonies on a chorus has definitely shaped the writing. After a certain point, we're just like, well, what do we feel like? Like, what's going to be fun for us as a duo has kind of shaped how songs get written. But
Yeah, and that also kind of determines like what songs that come out and make the cut too.
100%. Yeah.
Because they do have to be. I mean, I can't think of a single song where either one of us just sings solo the whole time. It's the
Yeah,
point of
I
what we
was
do is for us to have key, fun harmony elements to what we do.
Yeah.
We never said that.
No, that's
We
why
never
I
said that we had to do that. That's just what's fun for us.
100%.
Yeah.
That was also the first thing you found as far as
Right.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Things that the core seeds are still there.
You're
Yeah.
making me think about this in a way I haven't really unpacked.
Same.
It's great.
It's nice. You guys are good at this.
We're going
Well,
to
we
cause
both-
all kind of problems now.
No, it's good. Yeah. I don't know.
We both play a lot of instruments too. So we're both just a little like ADD comes to like making interesting arrangements,
Yeah.
instrumentally and vocally. So they kind of have to be sort of easy to sing to be able to do all those things.
That's also a good point. Yeah. Multitasking is hard.
One of the things that that stood out to me, well, a bunch of stuff, honestly, but it's so easy for, especially where a single, and a lot of times duo, a lot of the songs are going to be kind of mellow or all sad or whatever, right? But when y'all play, it's coming, even if the song is a downer song or whatever, you're coming at it with a different angle because it's two of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the harmony parts are there.
Yeah.
And all of that. So
Yeah.
that stood out. And also, like y'all seem like y'all are having a blast. No matter if you're playing, we'll get to the other people. Even if you're backing somebody else at an unknown festival in Mississippi, or
No, it's getting worse.
I know, sorry, that was terrible.
You say his name 3 times, he's going to appear.
Hey, you're supposed to get here around 6, so he
Yeah.
might. It's not here,
In
but
town.
He's gonna walk in the door.
He comes
just
through like a
appears.
Kool-Aid man.
You lock the
What
door
I
over
tell
there.
you?
It's just
what I tell you.
I know. Yeah, that wasn't the best way to describe a really
No, it
cool
was.
festival.
It was.
We will make sure we talk about that too, because that is a unique event that we need to make sure we talk about. But
Yeah.
yeah, no matter if y'all are backing somebody else or whatever, you seem like you're having a blast when y'all are playing. Like, it doesn't matter what scenario. I've seen y'all play. For better or worse, like sound system, it doesn't matter what's going on. Y'all, I mean, well, it looks like you're having a blast anyway.
We are. I mean, that's like straight up. There's so many worse things we could be doing with our time. We are having a good time. We are having a blast. It's not to say it's never hard or you don't have to, like, sometimes you don't feel good. Sometimes, you're burnt out, but like,
Right.
I don't know.
It doesn't sound good, and your
Yeah.
monitor is horrible, and you can't hear yourself. And yet,
It's still fun. It's still always fun. There's always that moment where you're like, we're still playing music for a living. Like, I don't know. I think it would be very difficult to not have a good time and be playing music. And it's called literally playing music.
yeah, that's
like
right. Gotta go play.
it's makes my heart happy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I understand why other people, can have the opinions they have or whatever. But I wish more people looked at it the way y'all do. Because it is. I mean, there's like hacks like me that are at home that wish that they would be doing things. You know what I mean? Or half the people in your audience.
Yeah.
Probably play a guitar at home and wish they could be, playing on stage or whatever. So,
Yeah.
especially at these music festivals, I bet there's a lot of, you know what I mean,
Of course.
I'm
And we've
one
been
of
in
them.
that position.
out of tune guitars at home with a
Dude,
neck or whatever,
That's one of the hardest things of being a musician and going to shows.
Put me
Yeah.
in, coach.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah. And we still have that feeling all the time.
We managed.
It
to
never ends.
Find ourselves in these
Yeah.
situations, and are still like,
But, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just love of the game.
Yeah, that's like, I think the first Mile Zero Fest I went, I said, hey, anybody need a guitar player? Just hit me up. Like,
Yeah.
And then I challenged, I put it like anonymous, but I was like, man, I really want to see just me versus this guy. Because we have very similar playing styles. I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking to him this week.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I told him when we were on Cody's bus, I was like, yeah, that post was for you. And he's like, oh, yeah. Because it's nice to get humbled every once in a while, because you go back to the tool shed and you sharpen your tools, and then you go back and you're like, I got to go back and train again.
Absolutely.
Because I always tell people, like, musicians talk to each other like you would think like we're not friends or being mean. Like if you like hit a solo and you'd be like, you look over, you think like, yeah, and you'd be like, are you even trying? And you're like, and that means, oh, I nailed it. But you can't let them know that, you're like, really? It's funny because if somebody's not a musician, they'd be like, they see it as like, you're the villain. And I'm like, no, man, I loved it. I love that. But I can't give him the recognition. You just, like, it's funny how just like how that can be a compliment, and it's just it keeps it fun.
Yeah.
And there is the rare times where you would be like, man, you just did that was really good. That was a great great line, great
Yeah.
improv, and then it's like, is that for real? It's just funny how like, you're like,
we live for me personally, it's because we are backing a lot of people all the time. Not a lot of people, like 3 or 4 regular folks who are all people that we really admired before we started playing with them. And I live for that's all I ever want.
Yep.
Just that mid-song, mid-solo. If you just get any one of them, just go, you did good. That's it. I live for that.
I don't really get that for bass very often, but I'm glad that you get that.
I think you do. You get the stank face. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I watch it.
You do get the rock and roll faces.
You
more.
get the stank face
And
of approval.
you can move around a little better too than with a dobro.
Well, yeah, exactly. And it's hard to we think about it. It's like dobro and fiddle are very they're like the icing on the cake kind of instruments as far as like an arrangement goes. It's just so much easier to be flashy in a higher register. I feel bad for you. But
Just hold it down for you guys.
you are
It's
very
fine.
trusted by people with high standards, so that's
true.
Yeah, I think that counts. It's just why aren't they clapping?
Oh, just what everybody wants, the bass solo.
You get a lot of bass solos when it's just the 2 of us. So.
I do. I get to sharpen my tools.
And
you
take
go.
it away.
In the Margo show duo style.
We just did that earlier today.
Yeah, I know.
I want to make sure that we talk about. I gotta say it right. His handle is Mr. Gabe Lee. At first, I was not sure why somebody kept calling him that, and then we pieced that together because of his social handle. But
Yep.
yeah, Gabe's been on the pod, and then we met him a couple different shows and stuff. How did that? For anybody that doesn't know who Gabe is, definitely go check out his music. But how did that connection happen and get on the road? Because y'all, I don't know. It seems like y'all are literally a trio. It doesn't seem like when y'all are playing that you're backing up Gabe. It seems
Yeah.
like it's a whole nother band.
Sure.
I appreciate that. I mean, he's like our best friend. He really, truly is. We have been playing with him pretty much since moment 1. Since he started,
Okay.
kind of hitting it and
I saw
developing
his
career.
his first run with American Aquarium in Memphis. I
Did you?
didn't know it was his first run, but we found out later that it was his first outside of Nashville tour.
God, was it
He
really?
did it pretty early on.
Yeah, I guess.
But he did those dates were
I
all
think
solo
maybe like
dates.
yes,
yeah,
it
we
was.
weren't there for those.
He was
but-
he was solo and yeah.
Yeah.
I've told the story before, but like I bought a vinyl and his girlfriend, now wife, she got it and she's like, "Hey, would you like him to sign it?" And I'm like, "Well, I would love that, and he was talking to somebody else and she grabbed him and he signed it and he was like, "Thanks, dude, you just bought our gas to Little Rock." And I thought he was just bullshitting. But no, yeah. You after we talked to all the, everybody, you learned like, yeah, we probably did. I probably
Oh, big time.
that $30 probably did get him to Little Rock. I didn't.
It's true.
Yeah. It's not an exaggeration.
Gas money, lunch.
Yeah.
Get
No, he's the best. I mean, we met him. So, do you want to tell the meet cute story? It's a very cute story.
Sure.
It's the most romantic story we have with anyone, probably.
I'll give a little bit of backstory to it.
Please.
So Luch and I are also both like music teachers. When we first started, you were doing it a bit more.
I was,
I've been
yeah.
doing it kind of full time as my side job for and so she had a piano student.
He's the
Right?
best.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a piano student. He chose me because at the time I was working out of a little studio that was above a distillery. He was an adult piano student, obviously. So he is an attorney in town. And he was like, yeah, I was like browsing for you. Just wanted to learn piano for fun. He was like, I saw you were above a distillery, so I figured you'd be a good choice. So we became friends. He's great. He's an awesome dude. And he's a part of a community in Nashville that they have like monthly jams, essentially. So kind of like a dad jam. They are called the Can't Hardly Play Boys. And they're a bunch of just like awesome professionals from the city that most of them aren't in the music industry. A couple of them are, but most of them aren't. And they just get together and have a great, monthly jam. John Prine, they got an iPad and you just get in a big circle. And that's what I mean about Nashville. Like stuff like that is just, it's great. They do it for fun. So
Yeah. So we've only made it to a handful of these in the time that we've known each other. So the fact that this even happened at all is kind of insane. What did you take? You took your dobro, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't want to schlep any. I figured there'd be like 30 guitars. So I brought a mandolin. And we go to our first dad jam. This is back in
2017.
and so we sneak in the back door of this random house we've never been to before, and this other Asian dude walks in at the same time, also with a tiny case that kind of looked like a mandolin. I was like, cool, all right. And then we just kind of
We didn't even talk. I mean, we barely talked that night.
That was the most I interacted with him the whole night.
Yeah.
We all just kind of took our turns playing and singing and having a good time. I don't even remember him singing.
I don't think he did. It's important to note the one thing about it was like we were the only three people about the same age.
Yeah.
Everyone had like 20 years on us. But other than that, that's what I clocked about it was like, oh, he's like our age.
Yep.
But that was about it.
Well, he and I had the only mandolins there too. So we were like, all right, you good mandolin?
Yeah, exactly.
You're going down, Lizard.
And so we
What
left.
you were talking about.
We left the jam. We were like, great, cool. Like, really didn't make any connection with him that night. We were just like, oh, that was fun. Awesome.
That could have been it.
Yeah. The next day, so there's a trail system in Nashville, the Edwin Werner. The Edwin Werner Park. And we love to go hike there. Unbeknownst to us, Gabe also loves to hike there. So the next day we were like, we should do a trail. Like, let's go out and get some exercise and some fresh air. So we go on this trail that we chose the one we hardly ever go on. There's like an easy loop.
There's a short loop and a long loop. The long loop's like 6 miles and the short loop's like 2.5. And we very rarely make it.
Yeah.
Because it's like
It's hard.
And it's
We were like,
hard
but
and
it's pretty, like, whatever, let's just do it.
Yeah.
So we're mid-hike, like literally in the middle of this hike in the trees, and we see two cute dogs, and we're like, oh, dogs. And we walk past, and we like kind of look up at the owner and like just keep walking. And then like we all stopped and just kind of like turned our head, and we were like, were you at that jam last night?
You're that mandolin player.
Yeah, literally met in the middle of the woods the next day, and then from then on, that was it. Gabe sent a couple of songs and was like, he was just getting started. He was like, well, I'd love to have a dobro for a show, and that's how it was just like it's the most rom-com story.
I know.
Yeah.
He was meant to be in our lives forever.
If the dogs weren't there, that
Probably wouldn't have even looked at him. Probably wouldn't have even seen him.
or it would have been like, that's the guy from last night.
He's stalking us.
Yeah.
If the
Dude, that's
'cause think if
true.
the dogs
We're
weren't
like,
there, 'cause I'm
What is
thinking,
up with this dude?
Yeah, hey,
Everywhere all of a sudden.
That's a really great point.
start walking really fast.
We'll start working that into the story.
Did he follow us to the jam?
Hey, if he was playing the long game, it worked because it's been like 7 years,
That's
8
great.
years. We're still with him.
He's still following y'all now.
Yeah, it's a
So
mutual
the dogs have some
following.
credit too.
The dogs are the best. They're the best
The
dogs.
damn dog song that Gabe.
Oh my God.
I
wrote.
know.
Good Lord.
I know. He can.
Whenever that's released and y'all get
Go to
to
hell
hear
for
that,
that.
jeez, man. It is like the saddest song
Yep.
ever. Golly.
It's in the
It's
kitty.
one thing about have sad songs. It's another for it to be about your dog. Like that's
know.
just
Yeah.
like a whole nother.
I know.
It was his last song at that festival in
I
Clarksdale,
saw
and,
what he
and
did.
he had the whole room in tears. And he's like, "Well, all right, everybody, have fun. We'll see you back."
I know. Anyway, bye. He loves to do that. He loves to emotionally
God.
manipulate a room.
Well, he's really good at it.
He's extremely good at it.
He's like he finishes a song and then announced that dinner is coming up or whatever, and we're all in the front row like this, like
I know. It's a superpower.
anyway.
He's the best.
Well, I feel like we should mention Mr. Edie, how that got together.
Yeah.
And also y'all said y'all had singles and stuff in the works.
Yeah.
So let's make sure we talk about those things. Well, I guess we can start with Mr. Jason Eady. How did all that?
The man
How
himself.
did that happen?
Well, kind of.
And the Texas crowd. I feel like
Yeah.
we should mention that too, right?
Those kind of go hand in hand, I would say.
Yeah.
We were in the middle of doing a short run with Gabe through Texas, and he had a guest booking to do the supper club in Fort Worth at the original Post. And so Gabe was just like solo for that, and we were with him because we had other shows that we did on that run. So we got to see Courtney and Jason do their thing with Gabe then. And it was a great show. We were just hanging out.
I'd
It was our
imagine
first
so.
time.
Was it Courtney's grandma?
Yeah, or her parents. I can't. We like sat with her family
Yeah.
at a table.
And then, then there was just like an after party on the back
course.
patio where it just turned into like a hang jam whiskey kind of thing. And we just kind of hung out and did our thing until
Oh my god, it was so late. We had a 5 a.m. flight the next day.
good.
It was epic
It
though.
was a don't go to bed. Kind
It was, yeah, we did. We took a Whataburger nap. Yeah, it was just one of those like absolutely magical. You know, we didn't think we'd connect that well to them. We didn't even know them, but it was just like we all got very drunk and like we started playing some of our originals. And like Gabe was like, "Well, I want to play the dobro," and Jason was like, "Well, I want to play the dobro." So we passed the dobro around and we're drunkenly like sliding around and. I don't know. It was just like an immediate connection. I mean, we didn't immediately like hang out or anything, but I was just one of those like, you guys are really cool, like-minded, kindred spirits. I'm trying to think. I guess Jason had come to Nashville. He did his first Opry show not too long after that, and he was coming through to tour a little bit. We just kind of connected. I don't know. It's just really easy to kind of hang with and talk to. I'm trying to think of our first show.
Well, he
all
had
of us.
invited you on one trip into town to join him at City Winery.
Right, that's right. They played the Bluebird, and we barely knew each other then. And I went to go to the show. I think you were working or something. I know. You had like a job or something. I don't know. That's right. I went to go see him, and he was like, "Well, do you want to play with me tomorrow night at City Winery?" And I was like, well, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Do you want to play with me?" I was like, "You mean like a song or two?" He was like, "No, just like come play the whole night." I didn't know any of his music. So he fully was like, "Let's see what happens." And he's like that.
He seems to like to do
Now
that,
we
'cause he
know,
kinda
but
puts
at the
together
time I was like,
different
"You're
bands like that."
crazy. Like, you want some random girl to come play your songs at City Winery that you don't
But it
even
makes
know?"
sense when you get to know him in the blues background and all that kind of stuff. So it
100%.
makes sense that he just wants you to. He probably doesn't want you to play with the record.
No,
of the
and that's of
recording.
course his intro was like, "Well, I usually Rob Ikes plays dobro with me," and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna jump out a window, but yeah, I'll show up." But honestly, like that's what makes him so fun to play with. It's been years now, and it still to this day, like that is something that's so fun about playing with him. Is it's never the same. He loves to keep us on our toes, and it's just like I don't know. It's like it's a jazz philosophy is what I feel when we play with him. There's just this like on the edge of your seat, kind of like you better read the room or you're gonna get left behind. Yeah.
It probably comes from those like the blues jam background
Yeah.
stuff with Jason.
Yeah. Just a refusal to let it get stale, which we are also all about that. We're not the like, here's the part from the record. Now play it again. Neither is Gabe. No one we work with is really like that. Yeah.
I've noticed that as far as Gabe, like Gabe plays very, very loose and stuff too, which is like he just
Kind of our thing.
he just gets up there and throws it against the wall, which is cool. I like that
Yeah.
part. But,
Keeps it fresh.
yeah, I could. I've seen the Edie thing as far as I think it was I'm pretty sure it was at North Springs. When y'all
Yeah.
played there.
Yeah. That was an amazing show.
He
I loved that show.
that's a unique thing too. Like, we got too many unique things that we could talk about, but they
I know.
and I don't know. It's one of those moments to where I don't remember exactly, but I just like he was smirking when he got, you know what I mean, when y'all had to take off on a lead or something, And it
That's
was like,
what
it was almost like that gotcha thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, he does. Sometimes he'll just hang us out to dry in the best way. But, like, you know, usually we try to be, you don't always get them 100% of the time to be like, ha. Yeah. That show in particular was, like, really magical. Mm-hmm. I don't know, the vibe. And we had
That's
Keo,
cool to hear.
who we'll have here as well. Keo was playing drums, Keo Stroud. Also, that was a night that was so cold. It was extremely hard. I remember very much being like, I had like a solo thing I wanted to execute, and I was like, normally I could do this, and it just couldn't do it. I was like, ching, ching, ching.
I slept in my Jeep that festival. That was fun.
You did?
Oh yeah, all 3 days.
It was cold.
I know.
Wow.
I woke up
Leave
at like
me
2
out,
and cranked it
Oh
up
my
for a while
God.
and warmed up again and then
Well,
started over.
Worth it.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it definitely is worth it. But
It was a good time.
That's listen to all the other episodes we have to hear more about North Springs because we talk about it all the
Yeah,
time.
do you? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Dustin's got a good thing going. So
Yeah, he does.
Dustin, Mile Zero, way down in Mississippi, not Edie Fest. They're all cool. So
They are all cool. It doesn't get old. I really like the circuit. They're all unique in their own way, and it's a lot of the same people. But it doesn't. I don't know. It just
some of the same fans and different things.
Yeah,
but
it
each
doesn't-
situation is got its own thing.
they're
which is-
all special. They all kind of have something about them that makes it hit in a different way, which is great.
I mean, location.
Yeah.
North Springs is just like in the middle of nowhere on a windy road in Tennessee.
Yeah,
You wouldn't expect there to be a festival there. And it's a very
I know. And we saw so many people from like around the country. A lot of them that we had met at Way Down, but I just like so many people I did not expect to see in this field. They're like
So,
King Margo. We're
people
like,
we had just seen in Wisconsin like 6 weeks, maybe not even
Yeah.
prior. Go, hey, what are you guys doing here? And we're looking at them like, what are you doing here?
shout out to Boxcars.
Did you drive here from Wisconsin?
Yeah,
Like,
I met him too.
Yeah, they're the best. We're in a sports rivalry, but other than that, they're
Oh,
great.
yeah. That was the night that the Tigers lost.
I know.
That was the end of their season. They went into like, what, 16 innings that night?
Yeah, we were trying to watch it on our iPad backstage at like 1 a.m. Jason was like, I gotta go to bed.
Anywho.
You got one.
I know.
Now
Now we're just talking.
It's funny. I was like I don't know anything about sports.
Sports.
I'm trying,
That's
I'm like,
okay.
I don't even know like what city the Tigers or whatever. I'm just like,
Detroit, baby.
Detroit.
I figured.
What are the teams? We don't get to talk a whole lot of sport ball.
In
but,
Detroit?
Or no, like for your teams. I know what the
Well, we're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have Detroit is our
Yeah.
team.
Tigers are baseball.
for baseball. that's
Lions
your-
are football.
I don't care about hockey, but Red Wings.
Yeah, I don't either. I used to care about basketball.
Basketball,
Pistons.
But you pull for the same ones.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have a rivalry
No.
between the.
We're from too close to each other. We're 40 minutes apart, so.
So for those of you who are watching this video, right?
Yeah.
Showing
So
the
nice.
mitten, and then Ann Arbor is here. Right.
Okay.
Toledo is here.
hmm
And
So
Detroit,
Detroit is
there.
here. So you got Cleveland's way over here. You got Cincinnati's way down here. Columbus, right? This makes more sense.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
about the way that Talbot was looking at the map when we walked for 45 minutes earlier.
It's not that far.
Where is it?
I could throw a rock to
It's
that
somewhere.
bar.
It was more than a thumb apart.
Yeah. Like, man.
Yeah, well, it's Key West cold. It's not cold, but it's Key West cold.
Well, let's talk about the way down in Mississippi festival.
Yeah.
As far as we all said, those are unique things. We talk about a lot of different festivals and stuff on the pod, but that one gets brought up some. But I'd like to hear like a firsthand point of view why that one is one that people should consider, looking at.
I mean,
I so many thoughts. Number one, Clarksdale itself, like just the vibe, the music history that's in Clarksdale. The Shack Up Inn is a very unique, very cool place to be. They repurpose buildings from around the state. So like one of them is a post office that you can stay in, like old historical buildings.
I didn't realize that part.
Really?
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's like buildings that were condemned or were going to be condemned or torn down. They literally just took them like mobile homes and plopped them into this cotton field, and you can sleep in them. So that's where the shacks came from. I don't know if they were all, I don't know if some of it was built, some of it was probably built, but in general, there's just a magical vibe there that is like, I don't know, it's the heart of the Delta blues. You know, just to be there is a privilege. And what he's curated is so, he brought this community to a completely different place that probably none of us are just like passing through Clarksdale.
Right.
And I think that's really cool.
Nothing there until you get to Clarksdale.
Not really.
Or it's just cotton fields and wind turbines.
Yeah.
Is all.
It's a hard place to just accidentally end up. And I really appreciate that he wanted to kind of bring, you know, he spent 20 years building this community and his fan base and his musical compatriots, and you know the way he talked about it before doing it, you know, of course, when we were just kind of getting into his world, and like the fact that he was able to just curate this festival and really get everyone to do it, and like we all knew what it meant to him, you know, like there was something that made it really special of knowing like for him he was bringing his people to like this place that means so much to him and is near where he grew up, and like that alone made it feel cool to get to do it. And then once we got there, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like summer camp.
It is.
More so than a lot of these other festivals. Like maybe North Springs would be a little closer.
But the
It's
intention
like a family reunion. For y'all, for all the
It
artists.
feels
you know
like
what I mean?
camp. You're in cabins. There's a campfire every night. Like,
I think Jason's point is for the artist to kind of be there and be
yeah.
and he makes that happen by making sure that everybody has some sort of place to stay. Lodging is always interesting because there is limited availability, but being nearby and present allows us to hang out with the other artists and also hang out with the folks who are attending it as well. So it's a little bit more of an immersive experience for that reason. Because it's all one compound. It's all really close. Everything's right by. There's 2 stages, right?
Yeah.
There's like a place you eat that could be a stage and a stage, and a bar. But that's it. That's all that it is.
Gabe Lee made me a drink last time. That was cool.
We need a T-shirt. Gabe Lee made me a drink.
That needs to go to an inappropriate hat.
Yes, 100%.
I gotta get her on that.
Well, and that there's not a ton of artists. I think that makes it cool too, that he intentionally keeps it short. So there's just more of an opportunity to jam and meet people. And it's not quite as chaotic as some of the bigger festivals can be. And like the chaos is beautiful, but it's way more intimate. At least I found it to be. Like we wouldn't be buds with the Silverado crew if it weren't for Way Down. Like we didn't know them at all until the first year that we did it. And then it was just like, well, it's 4 a.m. and we're drunk in a cotton field, and I love you, man. Like, you know.
And you drove a golf.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on the. I saw their little dirt bike looking thing outside the bus here. I'm just like, I'm gonna get myself in trouble on one of their vehicles.
It was way past curfew.
I know.
And she was driving around this.
To be fair, they hadn't fixed the steering yet, or whatever. Every time you turned it, it would die. Like the engine would just die, and then they fixed it right after I drove it. I'm just saying.
The first person to drive it either.
I wasn't.
You were very much.
Was it Larry?
Yes.
A video gun. Damn it, Larry! Yeah, it's a very unique vibe. I think intimate is probably the best word to describe it. Like, it's just a far more, like, I don't know. Some of my favorite musical moments have happened at that festival. I don't know why.
Well,
It's worked.
yeah, from my point of view, what I've noticed in a lot of situations, but especially in Clarksdale, it's like you said, intimate, and it's a limited amount of people on purpose, and they are paying attention to everyone that's on stage from the very first person till to the last. Like they had
Yeah.
just as much attention and energy when you guys were playing, doing your thing, as when you got with Jason or with Gabe or whatever the case.
It's
would
true.
be, which is not easy to get, right? So
Yeah.
it's respected when it happens.
Absolutely. And honestly, it changed our entire year after the first one that we did. And that is also not normal for a festival situation. Like, you know, everybody wants to play festivals. It's great exposure. You're exposed to a lot of new people. You know, they're all good in their own way, but most of them don't lead to what Weight Down did for some reason.
That first year was incredible because I don't think anybody really knew.
No one knew who we were.
Playing in front of like 99%,
Absolutely.
and the response was
Yeah.
overwhelming. I mean, a lot of people bought merch. I mean, we did really well, which I wasn't expecting.
I know.
Like we need more merch.
Yeah.
But it turned into, I mean, a lot of these concert goers are folks that host their own venues or house concerts. And over the course of the last year, since the first Way Down, we kind of got to see all these core figures throughout the year everywhere around the country.
People were calling us for like 2 months after the festival and just like, do you want to come play here? Do you want to come play here? Do you want to come play here? And like, that's not normal. It doesn't. And we spent the whole year just kind of like seeing everybody in their habitat. And then when the second Way Down weekend came around, then it really was like a family reunion summer camp thing.
I saw you.
Yeah, we were just like, now I know where you live now, and like I don't know, it's just like that alone, and that's a credit to Jason for like he totally threw us a bone putting us on the first one because like he didn't have to do that. You know, we didn't. It was all his audience. They didn't know us at all.
There's been several
But now
people
they
on
do.
the bill that have said that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, between
Yeah.
Chris Welch and Addison Johnson,
Yeah,
and different,
totally.
different folks that have said the same thing. Like, I don't know why I'm here,
Yeah.
but I'm happy that I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, to put a bow on that, we'll do some rapid fires, or you got something else you want to bring up, or
You can do rapid fire.
okay, all right. I just saw the time.
Happened.
As far as the that weekend is concerned, yeah, my thought just went that 2 or 3 hours sleep just went out. This,
No.
man, it was a really good question too.
It'll come back.
It'll come back. Yeah. You gotta
No,
free associate.
No, I remember. So what I was talking, well, I'm wearing a shirt, Andrew's shirt here.
Yes.
Oh,
What he played for the first time at the festival last year, and people like there were artists walking out and going, "He's a damn artist! Like he is a real,
Yep.
artist, right?" And I'm like, okay. I was late. Like I had recorded a podcast, so I was late getting over there.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, he is a real artist. You know,
Yeah.
like he was right. But either way, when I asked Jason about that, he said, I like introducing my friends to my friends,
Yeah.
which was like that was what that that's then you telling these stories all
Absolutely.
tied that. So I just wanted to tie that back around because he said that not knowing what all y'all are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
cool.
he has good taste. I'm not talking about us excluded, but
Andrew's
like
here somewhere, by the way.
I know he's playing tonight.
He played
You
last
sang
night
this
somewhere,
Oh, is it?
but he said he was staying. So, but
Okay, I was like, did we miss him?
if he sees this, we would love to have you on the podcast.
Well, that's what we were huge Andrew Duhan fans.
I didn't know
long
him
before
until,
Way Down. He knows.
all right.
All right.
I'll say it. She didn't care at all. No, she's the cool one.
No,
We introduced Jason to Andrew's music. Give us the,
I think I might have actually.
we found out that Jason was more of the fan, the one that really knew Johan was Adam Hood.
Yeah.
And so he was able to connect to
Yeah, because Jason kept saying, someone sent me his record, the Parish record. And I was like, because I was obsessed with the Parish record when it came out.
we made it an hour before Adam Hood came up on the podcast.
Ah,
That's
well,
like
we're
a
just-
record.
Is it?
That's usually
we're
it's in
new
the
to the
first 5
scene.
minutes. So yeah, exactly. All right, well let's get some rapid fire questions and let everybody get to go see some music.
All right.
You want to do the The one that y'all were talking about earlier.
I don't even remember which one.
I knew this was
the
gonna be a
guitar.
debate.
What's your favorite guitar chord?
Oh wow. I love a B7. I just love it. In the key of E.
Bro, I'm gonna take your I'm gonna
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Sure.
You can take that C7.
You slide it.
You can slide it up 2
That's true.
C7.
You can.
You can slide it up another 2 frets, and now you're playing E7 with your open E. You're like, what is
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So love a major 3 after a 1. Very satisfying. In any key.
Two amazing.
Yeah.
We don't have a sports rivalry, but we have.
Yeah. People that don't know what they're talking about are like, are they playing bingo?
I love a sneaky minor 5.
Hey, you at me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See, we can agree.
Exactly.
We have common ground on the sneaky minor 5.
The sneaky
you
minor
heard it here
5.
first.
All right.
Did that answer your question at all?
Watch out for that little guy.
All right.
He'll get you.
I'll do one, and then the final question is we'll do if you started a podcast, who's your first musical guest?
Anyone?
Any
Anyone?
musical
Does
person?
that have to be realistic? Realistic?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we said we were going to have Adam Hood on, and it happened, so that's realistic.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know, I have a weird answer. It's not a weird answer. It's a funny answer because I was just saying this earlier at our set, but like, I didn't grow up listening to her music. I don't really know her music that well still now, but Ani DeFranco, we've been listening to her audiobook, and she is so brilliant and so funny. And like, I literally would just die to have an hour-long conversation with her brain. I think that's my answer, which is funny because I'm not like, I can name like 2 of her songs maybe, but I really would love to talk to her. So that's my answer.
Ani is an absolute badass. The reason that came up is we got to go see her up in Vermont earlier, end of last year.
Yeah, who I love.
And we had just seen Ani you saw Ani for the first time on
Yes, yeah.
I've been a huge Ani fan since I was in high school. So like, of course, I would be.
I know. Yeah.
It's not who I would go for first. I was kind of reframing the question in my head as if I was being asked, like, if I were to start a podcast, who would my first guest have to be? Right? Like, not who my bucket list person,
Yeah.
but like, who would help me launch this?
Okay.
And
We've had different answers from both points of view, so yeah.
Yeah.
and I think I would pick Susan.
Aw.
Susan Werner is, I mean, I was a fan first, and now she lets us play music with her somehow. But she is hilarious.
Yeah.
And she's brilliant. She's so fun to talk to.
Yeah.
I think she'd be a great way.
I actually just
guide.
want her to start a podcast.
Actually, could she just, hey Susan, could you just have a podcast? And then we can be on it, and then we don't have to keep doing it.
Dude, also John Craigie. I would love to have John
He'd be
Craigie.
great.
He's so, because you said when we saw Ani for the first time on Kayamo, he was there watching her too, and he's so funny. I just want funny people.
Funny people, please.
Okay. Well, you want to wrap this thing up, or you?
I could do this for 7 hours. This is great. I know you don't want to, but
Well,
we got music to go see.
I know. That's the thing.
But y'all are great.
Well, I'm glad this finally happened.
I know.
And make sure you go follow King Margo on all the socials and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. Follow on Spotify, Apple, wherever you stream your music, because new stuff is
Yeah.
on the way.
Yes.
Don't know.
We
Is there
just put a
dates?
single out back in December. Our latest single, "Send Me Out Like Autumn." It's got a little bit of love and attention, which has been really awesome.
Yeah.
Back for independent artists to self-release our own music. We've got a handful of singles coming out this year.
Yeah.
Our next one's going to be in March. It's called Game Over. So keep an eye out for that one. And then we've got a few brand new tunes that we're also in the studio working on right now. We're hoping to release later this year.
Yeah, we're excited.
And y'all are, I mean, and I don't know all the music that y'all have played on that's coming out, but I know that there's a Gabe Lee album that y'all played on, right? And then,
Oh, yeah.
That's coming.
and a
It's-
Chris Welch EP that's
Yep.
on the way that they wrote in Clarksdale, and then you played on it after the fact, right?
Yep.
Like I don't know who else there is, but you know, you have your own stuff
Those are the
going,
big
but
ones,
there's
yeah.
there's a lot, you know, there's a lot out there, so that's just a lot to hang your hat on. So
Yeah.
congratulations,
David
on-
Wimbish will be on his record.
Oh, that's true.
That's coming out. He's great. He's an awesome dude.
They don't know it yet, but they're going to be on my record. All right.
Hey, King Margo, baby. We get around. Another inappropriate trucker hat.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good way to go out.
Yep.
See ya.